tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronize, slip now, we're on the move.
Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, we'll go. Every sip, every chart, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronize, slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, Stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time.
Silver over $34. Back over $34. Is that the Silver Squeeze Day effect? We'll talk about Silver Squeeze Day as well. Catch up with our wonderful Good Morning Stackers people. We'll do live gold, silver, platinum analysis, Bitcoin and crypto too, a couple of my favorite cryptos as well. We'll talk about all that stuff and have an amazing day, an amazing morning with my Good Morning Stackers family. But in the first 1 minute of the show, what we do is the synchronized slurp. You grab a tasty beverage, I grab my tasty beverage, we slurp them together wherever you are in the world, going out live on X and on YouTube. Here we go, grab them, whatever kind of mug you've got to, whatever vessel you have. Whoa, I'm getting dangerous there. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, good to see you. Who caught the amazing interview that I did? It was just amazing. Interview with Chris Dwayne, OG Silver Stacker. Did you catch that yesterday? If not, check it out, people. I'll show you this. I'll show the scran for just 2 seconds, and make sure you go check it out. Yes, caught it mid whatever that was. Me and Chris Dwayne had a great chat yesterday, so please go to my channel and watch that. And while you're there, can you please, on the internet, can you please do me a quick favor? Can you follow me on my new Facebook page? I'm trying to build the personal brand. I'm going the personal branding route and tying it in with Good Morning Stackers. So what I really need is over 100 followers on this particular Facebook page so I can start doing live streaming from there as well. So I can live stream as soon as I have 100 followers or more, and that just might be another way to keep in contact with me. I've had a lot of friend requests on my personal Facebook profile. It's like, well, you know, I've got like, you know, my kids and my thing and photos. It's like my old one from like, you know, my personal one. So let's help me build this one. So can you do me a favor and follow me over there? That's at the Joe Main. Or if you just do a search for Joe Main, you'll probably find that. There's lots of Joe Mains out there, actually, funnily out there in the world. But yeah, or you just go to the top of the live chat, and there's a link there, and I'll also put it in the pinned comment after the show. If you're watching this on the replay, well, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. That would be the best idea. What else do we need to know? The show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, WealthStack, wealthstack.com. Of course, we do the shout-outs to all my amazing people. Let's see. Oh, okay. Nice one. Okay. Campbell Martin Simpson. I have never seen you on the show before, so welcome, my friend. First time, are you a long-time watcher, first-time participator? Looking forward to the live today. What are your thoughts on a potential Okay. Potential double top for silver forming and then a retrace over the next, couple years. Oh, over the next couple years into the $26, $28 region. Okay. I'm going to come back to that question after we do some more shout outs, and I'll attempt to answer that with the technical analysis, which we do. Gerald Draper is in the house. I know. Okay. I took my procedures. Yep, cool. Good to see you, Gerald. Good day, sir. Good day, everyone. Gerald says, I look to see silver in the triple digits as the revaluation will be a global agreement made on the third party. There you go. Let's see. A couple more people here. Lots of people in. Pete Repeats back. Great to see you, man. Hey, everyone. Great show yesterday. Thank you. Pouring rain in Sydney at the moment. Here in Melbourne, in Australia, it's nice. It's a bad little day. Hi, USA peeps, says Pete. The USD will be, yes, the US dollar will be the last. Oh, hang on, will be the last to fail. Okay, yeah, that probably makes the most sense. Let's see. And if you guys don't do Facebook, that's fine. Don't do Facebook. But if you can, please do. Howdy, everyone. Jason's Custom Parts. Good to see you. Gold, did it really? Gold futures, gold June futures hit 3,100 US dollars. Interesting. Okay, good to know. And platinum futures down 990 plus. Okay, interesting. Silver June futures at 35. Okay, well, that sentiment is that way. Neil, great to see you, my friend. Lots of chatting going on. Tony Peterson is here. I'll get through a few more shout outs. And of course, super chats are on. If you need me to see something very specific, I've already got 100 and something comments to look at or to get through, which I can't now. So super chat helps. I think it's as little as $2 you can do it. And I will see it and I will show it on the screen, definitely. So if you have a question, a chart request or anything, the super chats help me, help support the show and all that great stuff. Australia is the land of droughts, floods, and fire. Yeah, everywhere has its problems, doesn't it? We do have all the the most dangerous insects and animals in the entire world here, like the drop bear, just like the drop bear. G'day, champions. G'day, champignons, says Jason, my fellow American apes. Mateo, you must be coming from, I think I've seen you on the channel before. You must be coming from Wall Street Silver and or Silver DJing Club. Welcome to all the people watching from over there. Tony Peterson, most Aussies have debit cards, Gerald. I even have my MasterCard as a debit card. Yes, no credit cards. Yes, big thing here, debit cards rather than credit cards. Bonjour, says Carolyn. Great to see you. Bonjour from France. You're on holiday. Well, I feel absolutely privileged that you're in France on a holiday watching my show. So I thank you very much for that. That's nice. Tony says it was a brilliant interview, Joe. I think it was great. Yeah, I really think it was a great one. So everyone go check that out with Chris Dwayne. I will get him back on the show. Good morning, Stackers. Gold went on a wild ride last night. We'll take a look at the prices in just a second. Yeah, there's so many things. Hello, Space Miner from New Mexico. I will respond to your last email and we'll get you on the show. We're going to get Space Miner on the show, by the way, to talk about crystallized osmium. That might happen next week, potentially. Okay. And we're going to get ASX Trader back on the show as well. Let's do live gold, silver, platinum analysis. We'll take a look at silver first. It's back over 34 US dollars, and that's like 54 something Australian dollars. Might be a new all-time high in Australian dollars. I might need to check that too. Let's share the scran. Please follow me on Facebook. I really want your patronage on Facebook, please. But here is silver on the daily time frame, priced in USD, $34.43 US cents. We just saw this great move. And it was looking hot for a move higher. We did suggest that a hot move higher was coming. Let me get rid of all this flotsam and jetsam that's really annoying. And if I pop on do I have any Fibonacci previous fib? Do I have some previous fib? Yeah, there it is there. Yep, that was the one. So I said when we cracked back above, so we went back into, no, that wasn't the one. That wasn't the one. Give me a second. It was that one right there. There we go. When we made this recent high here at 34 something dollars, 34.20, we did a Where am I going here? Right there. 31. That's not the one. There it is. Nope, that's not even it either. Okay, screw it. We did say watch out for the expected support zone, and that was anywhere between. Have I done this wrong? Yes, I have. Okay, don't worry about that. Screw it. Okay, let's get rid of all that. I screwed it up this morning. That's cool. Hey, guess what? It's great to see silver back above that new high. Okay, that old high right there. Okay, little recent mini high, had that retrace back down to that. That was the expected support range which we touched. Okay, so it was around about the point. Oh no, it was the 0.236. Excuse me. Okay, going back again. What we did say is that's a 382 and there. I was thinking of gold. Okay, cool. Once we had that move, I said we need to hold the 0.236 in order to be confident that we're not going to see a move down. If we were going to break this 0.236 of the $33 area, then we definitely see a move down to the zag zone, as it's called, as other people call it, or you can call it the expected support range. That's usually anywhere between the 0.382 and the 0.618 Fibonacci, and that was anywhere between 32 and about 31 roughly, okay? But the fact that we bounced off here and we had a spike on the daily, closed above, right there, look at that, at that 32.94 area. It remained a support for another day, and then it remained a support for a third day, and then it had that beautiful green move. So I said, looking really good. We're back above the 33.40 area. I think, higher prices coming. Did say that, obviously. It was pretty obvious to everyone, okay? Again, I'm an amateur trader. I'm not even a trader. I'm just an amateur TA guy. Many better pros than me, but it was looking pretty obvious, okay? And we saw that move. Fantastic. So it's looking really onwards and upwards at the moment. What I just really need to see, obviously, clear above there and looking great. So above the $34.90, $35 area and looking good. And as I posted on the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum, again, we'll just do the quick zoom out on silver. It's looking great. Look at that. Okay, let's just bask in the glory of the 45-year cup and handle on silver. That happened. This is happening. It's going to play out. And I'll see if I can answer that question that I think it was Campbell had in the chat about he's suggesting a potential double top. Okay, let's have a look at that. So this is, again, this is the 1980, 2011, and wherever that hits, there's a good potential. Maybe not. There's a potential that we can hit $50 this year. Okay, you've seen larger spikes than that. You've seen larger moves. So this is the 3-month time frame. You've got until, actually, it's really easy. You've got until here to get to $50 this year, and we're technically still in the first quarter. Okay, so you've got 2, 3, 4. Another 3 quarters to go to get to $50. That is so doable, actually, in 2025. So great that it's back over that $34 area. Rah, rah, rah. And can you tell that I'm really like up and about today with silver in particular, because I've always been, I've been, what's the word I'm looking for? Pumped for silver recently with the silver price. But just speaking to Chris Dwayne yesterday, because he's so adamant and so passionate about it, it's bolstered me as well. Can you feel the energy in the room? It's pretty cool, isn't it? So it's looking great for silver. Let's answer this question though. We'll go back and I'll read that question and we'll go back to the silver price. Let's see, going all the way back. Campbell said, looking forward to live today. What are your thoughts on a potential double top for silver forming and then a retrace over the next couple years? Depends what you mean by a double top, I guess, is the question. Where is the double top? So let me just see if I can read your further comments. I hope I'm wrong, but I fear the markets are overheating and in need of correction before further upside. Yeah, you could be right. Let's see, Yes, Gerald wants to talk about White Rock. I know. We're going to talk about that today. So I'm not sure, Campbell, what double top that you are referring to. So let's go back to the price and have a quick look-see. Now this is on the quarterly time frame. Each candle is 3 months. And because you said a potential retrace over the next couple of years, I have to assume, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, that you mean these longer term time frames. So I'm not sure the double top you're talking about. If you're talking about a double top here at $50. So if you've recently been looking at the chart, Campbell, and you're going, oh, silver was $50 in 2011. Okay, we're coming up to $50 again. And you go, oh man, okay, there's a potential double top here. I would agree with you if that were the case, if silver had never hit $50 before. Okay, so I don't know what the charts you're looking at. I don't know how historical the charts you are looking at. So again, post a comment below. Is this what you're talking about? The double top here, 50 and there, and then you're expecting what potentially, let me get rid of all that. No. Excuse me, far out. Rectangle and Fibonacci. Get rid of you. So you're expecting what, potentially this kind of thing. So we've had a double top here, and then what, we come up to here maybe, and then like a couple of years down into your, what, 26, 28 area as you were talking about. So you think maybe, where are we? A couple of years, 26, 28. You think maybe down into here. So I think you're thinking, do we have a double top at 50 and then back down into here for a couple of years? The short answer is no one knows specifically. I do think we will see some resistance at 50 US dollars. But what you need to take into account is this, my friend, is not a double top. That's not a double top. That was the double top. 1980, 2011, that was your absolute double top. That formed your cup. This forms your handle. Now, triple tops are not a thing. Let me say it again. Triple tops are not a thing. And I should say in a longer term time frame. Okay? So what you will not see is the following. And I will almost guarantee you this 100%, okay? You're sparing a black swan event, something like that, okay? You're not going to see this and then that, and that just spells double top, and then we're just heading back into this kind of, finding the bottom there again. That's not going to happen. That's not even going to happen, okay? That's triple tops aren't a thing. Now, Campbell makes a decent point, which could be, and I have said this before, you might find some resistance at $50 whenever we hit it. I don't know. I kind of feel like, I think if we're going to find resistance, it's only going to be on the shorter term time frames. It's going to be on the weeklies, on the monthlies, and maybe the quarterly. You are not going to see any major resistance on the yearly time frame. So my short answer to you, Campbell, is no, I do not believe that this is a double top, because it's not, because that's the double top right there. This is the triple top. We might spend, if I go into the monthly time frame, we might get to, let's say we get to $50 in 2025. Let's say we do it here. I think you might find some short-term resistance here, where a couple of months, maybe 3 months, maybe, who knows, Q1 of 2026 might be, might be a red month for some reason, but it's not going to be that long. I think the max you would come down to would be maybe $30, but I don't even think that. I'm thinking more like here at your $38.50 kind of level, because I'll show you why. And I know I'm just all spitballing, and who the hell am I, right? But let me just show you, of course, the 1980s Fibonacci, and this is the ones that I really, silver has really respected it, okay? All the way between here and here, and particularly here. Look at these levels. Why randomly? Okay, look, they are hitting support and resistance levels, but look, it's right smack bang. Why did silver go here? Okay, let me ask you. I've asked this a million times before, but let me ask the question again. Why did silver, after it broke 1980, $50, it went down to $5? Oh, please. And then it found this resistance around about this random level at $14. Why $14? That's really weird. Okay, it wasn't a major area of resistance. Here's where the resistance was. Why didn't we find resistance here? Why didn't we do that and find resistance at that big spike down and then do that? Why did we do it there? Why? Okay, and this is again hindcasting, but you take a look, and that's where we found this low here, right? And then it just happens to line up perfectly, in hindsight, with the 0.236. Okay, and that set up it being the area of major area of resistance. Gee, once again, why in December of 2007 did we find major resistance at $21 right there? Okay, that's not matching here. Okay, you had a spike to here at around about $24. Why did we, after we formed this high and this low, why did we find a pretty damn good resistance there? Why at $20.50? Because it's the 0.382 Fibonacci. This has been the most predictive Fibonacci thing in history. Okay, if I could have gone back, if I knew about Fibonacci back then and we found the lows of there, I would have been going, oh yeah, we'll probably find some resistance here, probably some resistance here. We might find some support here. Okay, again, I'm hindcasting, hindsight's 2020 and all that. Yeah, I'd be a gajillionaire if I, had a time machine. But it respects it very well. My point being with all of that is on the monthly time frame, you have the $38.50 level. So this is what I think happens after we hit 50. One of two things. If when we do hit 50 US dollars, it's going to do one of two things. It's either going to break it pretty convincingly, retest it as support, and then just onwards and upwards. Or it is going to show some resistance because, some people go, oh, it's back at its all-time high. Oh, silver's at its all-time high again. It's a triple top, triple tops. Everyone calls triple tops. They're not a thing, okay? So I think you do something like this. Support here. I'm happy for you guys to come back later on and go, Joe, what did you say in that video? I think something like that, you will have some kind of resistance. And I think the lowest support you get, the lowest. Now, ignore the time frame, by the way, because that goes out to a couple of years. I think the time frame, ignore it. I think it's much more like that. You find support there and then onwards and upwards. Okay, so silver does one of two things, that, or it does that-ish, okay, or some support within this range. I don't think you come down any lower than $38.50 after we hit $50 again. So that's my short call, okay? That's the short answer. Once we hit 50, we won't come back below $38.50. Cool. That's my answer to you, Campbell, and silver looking great at the moment. Good, that was silver. That was the long version. Here is gold on the weekly time frame priced in US dollars, 3,056. Hang on, let me go back. Sorry. Okay, cool. Sorry. Quick one. Here is silver on the Australian dollar time frame, brand new, all-time high in silver in Australian dollars. $54.60 US cent. $54.60 Australian cents. For an ounce of silver, all-time high territory, baby. We broke it back here recently, right? The previous all-time high, $48. That's when the Australian dollar and the US dollar was roughly pretty equal. Last time kind of parity, but we've seen the Australian dollar weaken heavily. So that's why you're not seeing new all-time highs in silver yet, but you're seeing them in Australian dollars and almost all the other foreign currencies, okay? So big moves for foreign currencies in silver. New all-time high, people. Great guns, okay? Looking good. Here is, as I said, gold on the monthly time frame priced in USD, 3,056. Are we at a new all-time high? There, let me just check. Let me get rid of you. There, and get rid of you. Good. Show on the daily time frame. Did we just make a new all-time high? Let's have a quick look-see. We did make a new all-time high technically. Now, this is the CFDs on gold. This is not the futures. I have to stick with one because I have to, compare it to the same thing every single time. Hey, technically, new all-time high in gold. Well done, everyone. That was just posted an hour or so ago, roughly, at $30.60, $30.59, $3,060. I should say. Congratulations to all. As I have been saying, though, bear in mind, we are still losing some momentum on the daily and the weekly time frame. I do think a retrace in gold is coming. That probably means a retrace in silver is coming too. However, I think the retrace in silver is going to be smaller. We'll take a look at the gold to silver ratio in just a second. Heading back down, people. But just, keep this in mind. Watch out for this resistance level right here. And just bear in mind, okay, once again, show you the higher highs on the price, the lower highs on the relative strength index, which absolutely signals a bearish divergence, and it signals we might get a bit of a retrace. How long that retrace goes for and where it goes down to, I don't know. My major level is right between here, is between 2,970 to 2,920. Okay, that's based on Fibonacci. Nope, not that one. It's based on that one. There you go, right there. Okay, based on there. Let me get rid of you and do that. Why is my voice cracking today? Let's see. I think we may, it's just, for me, again, steam is running out. Look, we're back above here. It would be very easy to say, go, 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 go. Brand new all-time highs. We're going to 3,200, 3,300, 3,600. We might still do that. It's just anywhere from here is, again, the momentum is waning. The steam is starting to run out. Again, I don't like, and I should say, I like this for the short term because it might be great for you to, load up more. But this higher high, lower high in the relative strength index, what that needs to do in order to invalidate it is this, as this posts higher highs, let's keep making higher highs. Great, fantastic, let's keep going up. This needs to clear this downtrend line. And then you need to post a new high on the relative strength index, and that says, oh, okay, momentum is still continuing. The momentum hasn't waned. Okay, but if you do this, if you, let's say you top out here, and that's a decent spike. Okay, that says, oh, okay, another higher high, but another lower high on the relative strength index. That gives it more credence for ticking over. Okay, just be aware of all that. Should you be dollar cost averaging anyway? Best way to do it. Don't listen to random dudes on the internet who talk about the price. It don't matter really. But again, on the weekly time frame, do bear in mind, get rid of you, do bear in mind, similar thing, okay? Higher high so far, and it hasn't played out yet. Now, this is the positive. It hasn't played out yet, okay? But so far, it's a lower high. But again, a new weekly high hasn't really been established, okay? So once again, you could still creep up and up and up. And then if on the weekly time frame, you close, like if it's a very clear spike, it's like, okay, we're done for a little bit. That's the top, okay? A big spike, for example, and we clear up here. Okay, well, I don't know, the momentum could keep going. But so far, it's looking like we are going to have a retrace, okay, pretty soon. And I would just want to watch out for that area. Now, I could be completely wrong here. Look at that on the weekly time frame. It looks pretty darn good. We just have to be aware of the blow-off tops, the spikes, okay? We don't like the big spikes on the upward direction. Let's see, that is gold. Was that a bunch of rambling? Probably was. Let's look at the gold to silver ratio. Boop, 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 boop. Tankin'. Don't you love my wonderful technical analysis and all my terminology, like I use, sound effects and stuff. Again, I'm just an amateur, but we've seen, we've seen a, a false breakdown and then a false breakout. Wow, what a move. This is a really wild move for the gold to silver ratio. Take a look at this. We were in this upward trend channel, respecting it very well. When we got to here, I said, ooh, that's looking interesting. Why haven't we made a higher high there? Looks like we're going to break down. We did break down. I said, okay, what you would need to see if you want to see the gold to silver ratio continue to drop, you need to see that now become resistance and head down like that. Okay, we didn't. It was a false breakdown. We headed back up. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, maybe gold's going to, right, and then shoof. Okay, so very clearly now, I think this now becomes resistance. Who the hell am I, right? I'm just some dude. We could just rocket back up in golds, onwards and upwards from here. But I think this coincides with gold probably starting to wane. I think silver's taking off. You can see in the price, in just the fiat dollar price, gold's having higher highs and higher highs and higher highs. Silver's having, it's having higher new all-time highs. Silver's not even at its new all-time high. It's completely going to be the flavor of, the month and the year, etc. very soon. If we break here on the gold to silver ratio, that is at 87.8, call it. That's setting it up really well. Then you're talking, potentially down to the 84 area. I don't think it's yet the time for silver yet to massively do its huge run against gold. Okay. For me, that's going to be probably occurring when we close anywhere below 80.5. That signals long-term silver dominance. Okay. Then we'll talk about the lower ratios. And as Chris Dwayne said in the interview yesterday, he believes that the gold to silver ratio can go literally back down, literally not even back down, all the way down to 1-to-1. Like that's not even showing on the chart. Okay. Let me show you right there. So he believes a 1-to-1 gold to silver ratio is doable in a big financial collapse, paradigm shifting thing. Okay. Now, do I personally believe it could go to 1-to-1? It's an outlying possibility, so I don't give it as much credence as, say, for example, at least going back down to 50-to-1. Easy, okay? Should you be buying gold down here? Should you be buying gold right now or buying silver right now? No, you're buying silver right now because silver is getting even more. It's very highly undervalued versus gold. Watch for a move even down to 50. Imagine buying silver here at around about your 90 level, swapping it for gold at 50. You've nearly doubled your amount of silver, doubled your amount of gold, I should say, in your hands. Okay, and then imagine it just gets into the outlying positions. Okay, back to say here at your 1-to-40 ratio. Okay, that's pretty respectable. You're getting out of your getting into your outlying area on the underside of the gold to silver ratio. Sure. Imagine though if it goes back to 1-to-32. Imagine if it just goes to where it comes out of the ground. That's at a 1-to-8 ratio. Okay. Silver is the play of the 21st century. Okay. Absolutely. Silver is the play of the 21st century. That is silver. Let's take a look at platinum. This is going to be a longer show than I thought. I'll try and get through all of this really quickly, my wonderful gang. Then we'll get back to your comments, etc. I don't want you. Here is platinum on the daily time frame. Oh, okay. It found support where I needed it to find support. Okay, great. Platinum's found support exactly at the bottom end of this uptrend line right there. Good. It's following the pattern that I really need it to follow in order to say I'm getting excited about platinum. I'm in my cautiously excited mode while we're in this area right here. Anywhere in here, cautiously excited. Cool. What I need to see it do is exactly this, which it's following at the moment. Have a move up, retest, and then break out of here. You break out of here, which also coincides with this downtrend line. You break out of here, get into this area, and I will be excited for platinum. Okay, fantastic. Looking good. Then, of course, as everybody knows, you close any month or quarter above 1,115 US dollars, and I need a decent close, not just at. Call it, 1,120, 1,130 on a monthly or quarterly close. Go, go, go. Extra bull. I will do the dance of joy for platinum. Great to see us in cautiously excited mode at the moment, of which I shall stay in unless we do that, and then I'll be depressed again. That's all you need to know. That is platinum. Rhodium, I don't want to talk about today. Cool. Let's get to your comments, but first, buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Why? Because they're the best. I'm not joking. They are the best. Okay, now, if you want to buy silver from the United States, go to the Golden State Mint, okay? They're doing some great stuff over there. If you want to buy Chris Dwayne's Silver Shield range of coins for Silver Squeeze Day on March the 31st, just coming up, I think that's on Monday, then do that, okay? Go to the Golden State Mint and buy Silver Shield products, okay? You have to get it shipped out here, etc. But if you live in Australia and you just want to buy an ounce of silver or more on Silver Squeeze Day, March 31st, you got to buy from Perth Bullion Exchange. perthbullion.com.au. The greatest range, the greatest service, the greatest shipping times at the moment, the greatest shipping prices. How much is shipping? Well, if you buy over 20 or more items, mix and matching, not 20 of one thing, you can have one of this, two of that, three of that. Free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your order. No other bullion dealer has ever and may not ever give you free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. Perth Bullion are the Mavericks. I think they've started a trend, and I think eventually all the other dealers will go, oh, yeah, all right, okay, cool. Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Do you want to save and invest in real physical gold? Download the wealthstack.com app to buy gold for spot plus 1%, and you can buy fractions of a fraction of gold. Okay, so they don't just do grams of gold. You can buy, it's in dollar amounts. You can buy $10 worth of gold, which is like $10 of gold is a fraction of a gram at the moment, okay? And you're still only paying spot plus 1%. Why? Because it's an unallocated gold program, okay? You don't hold the gold in your hands, okay? Later on down the track, WealthStack has on their roadmap physical gold redemptions, but it's going to be for redeeming for like a larger chunk of gold, right? You can't redeem for a gram. It'll be for like a kilo or something a little bit less than that on their roadmap. On their roadmap is also silver. You can buy silver eventually, and it'll be for spot plus whatever the very small percentage is. But they're doing gold right now, spot plus 1%, no matter whether you buy $1 million of gold or $10 of gold. Australian owned, operated, and regulated company. It's a phone app, as I said. Head over to wealthstack.com, go to the frequently asked questions page, or check out the app on the iPhone or Android stores. Okay, WealthStack, one word. There's the user interface, blah, blah, blah. They're great. Good. Comments. That was a long one. Sorry, gang. That was extra long. Sometimes I know you like it extra long. Let's see. Comments, and then we'll get to some Bitcoin and crypto and stuff. Again, please. I've got 270 comments. I have 140 something people watching right now live on X and on YouTube at the one time. Super chats are the way that I'm going to absolutely see your comment. If you have something you need me to see, or if you have a chart request that you've got to have me do, a $2 super chat or even more helps the show, will get me to see it. Okay, so really, please help me out. Please help me. Steve P says, nope, not going to do that. Any interesting comments? And again, I love you guys just talk amongst yourselves in the chat while I'm doing my thing. You listen to me, you talk to the other people. It's great. Also, you can continue the conversation 24/7 on the Telegram channel. I'll put a link below after the show is done. Everything is being transitioned. Okay, Gerald Draper says, everything is being transitioned, and stable dollars are racked and stacked and packed like walrus. It will hit that quick. Those positioned correctly will see life-changing wealth. My speculation, I think you're talking about a particular crypto. And you did mention White Rock. White Rock is back up again in price, I do know. Campbell said, thank you for the time and consideration for my question. Onwards and upwards, hopefully. Thank you. Okay, so I think I was correct about you thought it was the double top in that. Good. Great. Happy to help, Campbell. Please make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you are not already. We have a collab plus revenue share for that platform for retail and auction. You didn't think we would use the B for the clientele? I think deeper. Okay, I don't have time to go through all back in the chat here. Get this. All right. Tony says, I sold two 2015 Kangas the other day for $65. Wow. 65 Australian dollars was that, or 65 US? But they were an exclusive USA release, 300,000 mintage, but $60 for a Kanga. Yeah, $60 for a plain old silver kangaroo. Okay, let's see, what are they on? It is a bit of a plug, but I do want to see, what are they on Perth Bullion Exchange website? Kangaroos. Hi. So kangaroos. Sorry, that's in Japanese. Zombucks. Oh, it's a Did those Zombucks do a kangaroo? By the way, Zombucks did a kangaroo. So I don't think Perth Bullion Exchange has kangas in stock at the moment. They'll probably be getting some really soon. But out of interest, oh, how cool is that? I've never seen this before. Why have I never seen this? You can buy a 1 ounce Zombucks kangarooin. I didn't know that. 2027 Z75. Is this a new coin that I've just never seen? I love the Zombucks series, so you can get them from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Okay, let's check out what the... let's go silver 1 ounce. All right. I want to see what the cheapest silver is on the website at the moment. And it'll guarantee it will be over 60 Australian dollars. Let's see. It's not going to be the Wedgetail Eagle. By the way, Perth Bullion Exchange have 2025 Wedgetail Eagles and in a limited amount out at the moment. Yeah, it's probably going to be your elemental mint round, I'm going to guess. Let's see, how much is that at the moment? I'm guessing 64, 63. No, 60. Okay, all right. Still though, that's the cheapest metal, and I can tell you now, that's probably the cheapest silver you can 1 ounce silver rounds you can probably buy in Australia at the moment from any major bullion dealer. Okay, unless there's some other different branded ones, but good luck. You can't find the elemental silver round for cheaper anywhere else at any other major bullion dealer in Australia. Why? Because Perth Bullion Exchange, they also have a price match promise as well. That was an extra plug. But look, yeah, $60 now for silver in Australian dollars. This is where we are, people. Okay, this is where it's going. There will be a day, and we will do the dance of joy, where silver is. Well, actually, we might not do a dance of joy, but there'll be a point where, not that far down the track from here, you'll see 100, okay, for 1 ounce of silver to buy from a dealer in Australia. That's going to be a crazy day, okay? And that's really going to wake some people up, okay? And that'll just keep the rocket ship going. I think, back to the comments, and we'll get into some Bitcoin and some crypto. Oh, okay, the recent 34.90 you thought might have been the double top. Oh, oops. No, I think we're cool. I think we're onwards and upwards, Campbell. So thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, I am finding it hard to get through all the comments here. A1 Savage, I don't think I've seen you. Have I seen you on the show before, or has it been a long time? Thanks, Jake. I'm happy to be here. Happy to have you, A1 Savage. On Chris Dwayne, Chris is a legend. Wow, he's really, yeah. If you guys go back and watch the Chris Dwayne interview, I put a whole bunch of time codes there. There's a time code which says something like the struggles, something like that. So he talks about, look, it's been a hard road for him since his YouTube channel was banned back in a few years ago. Lost all the work that he did on his YouTube channel. He had, I think like 100 and something thousand subscribers on YouTube. And it's been a hard road the last few years for him. But he's still plugging all away and doing all the Silver Shield mintages, etc. And I don't think he'd never done a larger kind of interview until like a year ago or more. I think that last one was with David Morgan. And so I was happy to have him on the show because he was a huge influence to me. And I'm going to get him back on the show as well. But he's still plugging away and, doing great guns. Chris Dwayne. Yeah, nah, man. I don't have time to get through all these comments, and I shall not. Let's do all the other stuff. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and crypto. Once again, if I have time for a chart request, I will do it. Use a super chat to give me your chart request for something specific, okay? And I will give precedence to it. Let's share the screen. You don't want that. What you want is a quick look at Bitcoin and some crypto as well, which I always aim to do. Here is Bitcoin on the daily time frame, price in USD, 87,133, using the Bitstamp exchange one, because I think it's the most historical one, and Bitstamp has been around for a long time. Everyone knows it and loves it, and we're using the tradingview.com website. Okay, so far, why is that not coming up? Get away! There's that, and I've got there we go, fantastic. Got the old relative strength index on as well. So, I don't know, short answer, we are still under the level we've got to crack through, bare minimum got to crack through this $89,000 level, okay? Some people are suggesting it is just a blip along, it is not a blip along the way, it is a blip up to here, and then if we're going to retrace, it's going to be from here. Okay, so this is what you need to watch out for in Bitcoin. Some people say, yeah, we're done. 109,000 in 2025. Technically, it's a top in 2025. Technically, it's a Bitcoin top the year after the halving. Technically, it is. It just happens to be really, really, really damn early. Now, is it? I don't know, but we've got to see it clear $90,000. And We do need to see it clear. Until it does the following, I am not confident at all. Until it does this, not confident that we are in onwards and upwards from here in 2025. Bitcoin could be done an extra left translated cycle, as other people, use that terminology. Okay, could be done here. You do not want to see Bitcoin find resistance here, find resistance there. That is bad news, bears. Okay, so you really need to hold 84,400 if we see a retrace in the next couple of weeks. That's got to hold 84,400 on my particular chart. That's my opinion. If we do this, okay, sure, cool, no worries. Still got to get over here. Once you get over there, right, if I just, if I move that and do, if we do that, great. If we do this, bounce off there, and then we do that, sure, great. That takes us, though, into May, June, something like that. So short answer is I don't know. I am not confident that Bitcoin is continuing up and away from here. There's many different opinions on it. You'll see a lot of the larger influencers on X, for example, posting their Bitcoin charts and saying, look, this is, it's had this cross here and it's crossed the 200 DMA and it's this, that, and the other. Don't give a shit. It's got to close the 0.618 Fibonacci at that $97,000 mark. Do that. Great. Until then, no idea. Cool. And my bias is probably to the downside. Okay. At this stage, but I guess I'll say just sort of no man's land at the moment. Altcoins, others. Let's see, on the daily time frame, we're finding some resistance here. I don't like these larger spikes. Okay, it also looks like we may have potentially a hidden bearish divergence on the cards where you have I'll show you right here, where you have dude, where is it? That's the one I'm looking for. Where you have a lower high on the price, okay, and then a higher high on the relative strength index, okay? So lower high, higher high there, potential hidden bearish divergence. And the fact that we have not yet cracked above 250 billion, we made a play for it. We're still above this 240, so that's good. Okay, sure. 1, 2, 3 successive days above 240 billion. Sure. But we have yet to crack. Let's see. Let me go back and I'll move that and I'll do you back into your position. We have yet to really close convincingly above this downtrend line. I need that to do that in the next 42 minutes. Please and thank you. Could the altcoin market please close convincingly above? Let's close it around about 246 billion or higher. That would be a nice little setup for the next day for something like this. You need to see that 250 billion broken, and the ultimate confirmation is coming back and testing 280 billion. Okay, so that's, ignore all the stuff here. Doing that, as long as you don't find resistance there, if you do that and then clear that, that is the ultimate confirmation that altcoin season 2025 is happening. Okay, we're nowhere near there yet. Great to see us above again that 240 billion. We made that higher high. Could this be a little blip along the way and then it ticks over? Yes, it could. Okay, nothing is guaranteed at the moment. Cool. Got to clear that 280 billion. Nowhere near there at the moment. Yeah. So again, my bias remains to the downside because smarter people than me, such as ASX Trader, for example, is saying, hey, you got to look out for the confluences between Bitcoin and Ethereum, for example. They're not lining up at the moment. They're having a divergence. So that's got something to watch out for. So yeah, I remain probably bearish. But if we start cracking back below, for me, I think it was it probably back below there? No, it was back below here. No, hang on. It was, my apologies. Was it? Where was it? There is there, and that is that. That's the 0.78. That's your one. That's your there. It is back below here. Excuse me, I am rambling now. Yeah, there's your 618. It's right there, back below. It's just that level there. Sure, we can have a move down to, we can have a test back down to this trend line right there. See that uptrend line? Sure. That actually puts it right in the zag zone. Okay, so that's a decent retrace. You need to see that bounce. If that doesn't bounce, oh, that's really bad. Okay, all over Red Rover. That's all altcoins. Yeah, bias remains to the downside at the moment, although I am still in that position, which I've been talking about for a while, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is where you don't do what I did, and this is where you learn from my mistakes. And no one's perfect, but I am in a trade at the moment, still in a trade, and it's a losing trade currently. It is Pengu. Okay, here is Pengu on the daily time frame, price in US dollars. Pengu is an airdropped token that was sent out to all Pudgy Penguins NFT holders. It was also sent out to anyone, like literally anyone, who traded on the Ethereum network or the Solana network between 2017 and 2019. So literally like all the OGs. Okay, so I did get a little airdrop, but I also bought more and I got into a position. Unfortunately, my position I got into, I think it was, that's not the one, right there, Joe's buy-in average. Ouch. Okay, right there at around about 1 cent. So I got in around about down here. I thought this is why I did. This looked like it was forming a bottom here. So again, this is showing you I am not a professional trader. It was looking really good. Okay, I don't know what it was in the technicals, and other people like ASX Trader would look back at this trade and go, yeah, man, you didn't consider this, you didn't consider that, you didn't consider that. But what I thought was, man, we're in extremely, this was my reasoning. It looked like we were forming a bottom. Okay, we had gone into extremely oversold territory, and normally you don't spend a lot of time in extremely oversold. You tend to get back out of it. Okay, but in this instance, okay, and shit happens, in this instance we spent more time in extremely oversold. Okay, then we had a second attempt to break out, then it spent more time in extremely oversold, and this, hey, look, this could be an amazing setup for a huge spring back. Okay, but look at this. Lower, 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 lower. Okay, even though we were going higher on the relative strength index, which actually usually would set it up for like a bullish divergence. Okay, but we've had this low here. Finally, look, I guess for me, and if you're in the Pengu token, for example, this might be a positive sign for you. Okay, the fact that we went back into the normal range, and then we have actually technically found it as support now, and then we're moving back up. Hey, this could be good news for Pengu holders. I'm hoping at least we get back up to here. If we ever get back up to here, that requires all of crypto, so the others market, to get up to probably that $280 billion range. Okay, the one I talked about before. That might coincide with, or Pengu coincide getting to there. Once I get back to there, I'll probably break even on there, okay, and then just see where the price goes. Anyway, that's Pengu. If we do have a larger crypto run in 2025, I would actually, if that was confirmed, if someone else better than me says, oh no, crypto's back on, and we haven't hit here yet, once we get here, I might consider just holding it and see what happens, okay? But once we get there, yeah, I think I'm going to break even on that, because that would be better to save what I've got. Yeah, so that is Pengu. Just showing you that trade. I don't know the mistake that I did here, okay? Because I thought I was doing something. I thought all the technicals were looking good. Maybe there was some fundamentals that I weren't seeing, maybe in the Bitcoin price or the general, total crypto market cap. Anyway, let's take a look at ACH. ACH Alchemy Pay, a crypto which I will get back into when the crypto run continues. Still above decent support here, still above 2.4 cents. Not a lot to say. Quick little move, a quick little mention. If we clear 3 cents, fantastic, looking good. If we clear 4 cents, I am back in. That's it. That's ACH. Good. XRP. And I will get to white. I'm going to show the White Rock crypto in just a second. XRP, I know this is very detailed and a whole bunch of squiggly lines. That is probably now not, and I think I'll get rid of it on the weekly. No, I'm not going to do that yet. This is still potential larger head and shoulders playing out. Okay, so I'll keep that in there. I needed to do this, as I showed you before. I need that to creep up above $2.60, hold as support, do that, and then we're looking quite good for a move. Okay, and if you break $2.10, we're heading down to $1.30. Nothing over the last 24 hours has indicated that we're definitely going to go in either direction. No man's land for XRP. Watch that level, $2.10. Watch that level, $2.60. Let's go to dang. Okay. Could be eating my words here. Gerald's like wringing his hands going, I told you guys. Here is White Rock, a recent crypto, which according to many, and I think it's true, is on the Liberty Finance books. Okay, Liberty Finance, which is the Trump admin, the Trump crypto bag, basically, right? Owns White Rock. Okay, now Gerald, our amazing subscriber who jumps on the show every single day pretty much, talked about White Rock down in here. Okay, he said, watch out, White Rock is it's on Liberty Finance's thing. It's going to have a massive move. You're going to see new all-time highs, blah, 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 all that great stuff. And I said, yep, quite potentially. And then we saw that 50-something% move, 90% move up to here. I said, that was good. A day or two ago, I said, great, we've got up to here. Great, what I need to see it do, and this is where I popped in some Fibonacci. I said, I'll pop on the 4 hour because that's a little bit easier to see. A little bit more detailed. From this high and this low, I said, great. What I need to see, even though we got into here, I said, you got to hold support here at that 0.0004 cents. What we did is we held support basically exactly at that 0.0004. Okay. Then I said, what you need to do is break above this Fibonacci area of between the 0.302 and the 0.618. So you've got to clear this here at 0.00064. Well, what we've done is we've cleared 0.00064. We've gone up to, what do you know? The 0.786 Fibonacci from this high and this low. So we've had a top out so far at 0.00076. Okay. And where have we found support? This is why Fibonacci is a thing, okay? This high and this low. What did we do just on the 4 hour? In the last 4 hours, okay, we had that spike to the 0.786. We found exact resistance at the 0.618, basically. Exact support, I should say, at that 0.00064 area. Okay, good. If we close today above there, man, that looks pretty good. Then I might, and I did say, then I would have to consider getting into White Rock. I might do. I also have to be very wary of what general crypto is doing at the same time. So, am I happy to not be in White Rock and miss these crazy moves? Yeah, that's fine. There's many other cryptos out there. But I will say, for White Rock, it looks good. While it's closing above that 0.00064 area. Nice move. So watch out for if it does, watch out for a potential move up to, and that would be almost a doubling, okay, up to this area here. Actually, no, that's not what I've got. Let me get rid of that. If that clears there, then we actually have to talk about the larger move. So actually, let me take it from here. If this clears above there, that's going to say pretty much that's the bottom. So then I have to do some new Fibonacci. And I have to take it from this high and this low, which would establish the new high, and that's the old high, and the new sort of bottoming level, which it really could be. Okay. It's exactly the same. I actually already did it previous. So yeah, the final hurdle for new all-time highs, that is at the 0.618 for me, and that is at 0.0012. So that's even a potential doubling from here. Interesting. From what, 6.5 to nearly 13.13. That's a nearly doubling. You start closing above that. You start doing that. Ooh, that's looking good. And then we'll talk even higher prices from there. Not there yet. Won't talk higher prices on the relative strength index. It is moving up on the daily time frame. On the weekly, that's not enough data for a weekly time frame. Looking good. Okay, you got to at least close this area here of that 0.00085. But yeah, looking good for White Rock. Good on you, Gerald. Great call. Did you get into it, people? And Gerald, you have every right to say, I told you guys, you got to listen to me. I will, and I will continue to listen to you. And thank you, Gerald, for keeping stuff on my radar. White Rock has worked out really well for you. I hope it worked out for others. I will consider getting into it. Finally, for my Toshi fam who always jump on, they want to know a little bit about Tosh. Probably really not a lot to say for Toshi, but let's quickly do it. That's really detailed, isn't it? Ugh. Here is Toshi on the 4-hour time frame priced in US dollars. We did exactly what I thought we might do. Isn't that an interesting statement? We did exactly what I thought it might do. But what we did have was we had that break that we said right there, came back and tested as a support. And I said, watch out for there as a potential resistance, okay, and we almost touched it, okay, so that was at 0.00036. We have found it as resistance and we've broken back down. Okay, so as long as we stay above this uptrend line for Toshi, cool, that's fine. We can come back down here, have a test here, and then onwards and upwards would be great, but I would suggest if you come back down to the 0.0003233 area, you don't want to see that, otherwise, okay, that quick spike, I don't like the quick spikes. If I show you on the, let me get rid of all you, brush, trend line, brush, cool. If we, I'll show on the daily time frame, yeah, see the spike? And again, we've come off this massive move, right, okay, Coinbase listing, okay, took it all the way up to 0.0222. Bit of a long consolidation, okay, through price as well. Yeah, need to hold right there. And if you don't, heading down to probably 0.00022 at least, down into that area. If you are a buyer there, let me know. If you're still loading up, let me know. That's Toshi. Want to hear your comments. Pop them in the replies, please. Do I have any super chats or anything else? No super chats, people. No one wants a chart request? Okay, sure. Fair enough. That's fine. Final comments, then I do have to get out of here. It is the 1 hour mark. I keep trying to do this at like half an hour, 40 minutes. It never gets to be the case. We did almost 2 hours with Chris. It was about 1 hour 40 actually with Chris yesterday. Let's see. Some notable comments. Space Miner said there's just too many people scrambling to consume precious metal for it to not go crazy. Metal markets are more accessible than in the past and resources are not. That's a great point. I do agree. Interesting comments. Yeah, any significant reasons silver squeeze on March 31st? I don't think so. I think they just picked it as a day for the silver squeeze day. Not sure why. Good question. Gerald Draper says all exits will see a bottleneck when the S hits the fan. Is staged. Oh, you think it'll be staged? Yeah, probably. But it is being laid out dirt cheap as they play your emotions and pocketbooks. Yes. They play your emotions, right? This is how all traders lose if you don't understand that the whales are playing you, okay? They'll try to shake you out as much as they humanly can. What? Jason, yes, because it's my birthday. Is it your birthday today, CT? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to CT. Happy birthday to you and many more. There you go, dude. I've never done that for a subscriber. You're the first one. I think Wall Street announced the date. Yeah, with that one. Not many have dry powder left ready to pull the go-go button. Yeah, that's true. Is it because it's the end of the financial? Oh, yes, you're right. Yes, because it's the end of the financial year. That's right. So April 1st is tax day. Isn't that right? April 1st to April 2nd, something like that. By the way, April, what's coming up on April 2nd? April 2nd is when apparently the big tariffs from the US are going to hit Mexico and Canada. Are they going to make a big deal in time? Oh, I don't know. Or was that already done? Okay, I just never know what's going on with the tariffs. Final comments. Yes, it is. Joe's birthday is in April. Speaking of me, and why wouldn't we not speak of me? If anyone wants to come and see me shake my moneymaker tomorrow night in Melbourne, I will be playing at Memo Music Hall. Let me show you very quickly. Okay, YouTube show, get off. YouTube show. I will be playing at Memo Music Hall. Let me share the screen, brah. Right, That's my U2 tribute band. They've been around for 20 years. Literally the best and most well-known tribute band to U2 in Australia. Plus, it turns out, we found out not that long ago, we're actually quite really well regarded in Dublin, Ireland, home of U2, right? Obviously, they're huge U2 fans there, grew up with them and all that. And we heard literally through a very credible source that like, oh yeah, those Australian guys, they're really good. It's like, cool, nice. Anyway, I will be performing at Memo Music Hall tomorrow night in St Kilda. There's only 3 seats left and a few very limited general admission tickets, like standing room only ones as well. And I still am giving away 2 free tickets as well. Okay, there won't be the seated tickets. There'll be the general admission tickets. If you live in Melbourne, if you want to come and see the show tomorrow night, send me a message ASAP and I'll get you on the door list. I'll get you a couple of free tickets, you and a partner. If there's more than 2 of you, I could probably swing a couple more. Send me a message in the ways that you know how to send me a message. Come and see me, be Bono. Okay, that'll be pretty cool. I'm also playing at so many different places around Australia. For example, if I can show you, that's Melbourne, that's thing. What's the last time we're in Perth? That's Melbourne. Very quickly. Hey, Australia. No, here's all the dates, okay? We're in Sale. We are in Adelaide in April, okay? So that's what I was saying near my birthday. My birthday's in late April. I'll be gigging in Adelaide. We're going to be in Newcastle in May. Blacktown in Sydney in May as well. Newcastle and Blacktown. Brisbane, we're doing Queensland twice this year as well. So we're all over Australia. You can come and see me do my thing, and we'll have a bit of a Good Morning Stackers meetup at one of my random gigs. Yeah, good. Final comments. Oh, Tony, did you? I sent you a super chat via your bank account, Joe. Well, thank you so much. That's really nice of you. You did not have to do that, but thank you very much. And I shall... I'm lucky I'm not sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. Hopefully no one's keylogging my thing right here. Oh, Tony Peterson. I appreciate you. What are you doing, dude? Thank you so much. So I'm not going to show you my bank details, but Tony Peterson, I won't tell the amount. I will just say thank you very much. And that's a large amount. So that's very nice, Tony. You did not have to do that. And thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Wow. Tony, you the best, bro. I've got some amazing subscribers and followers and just good people in this community, isn't there? So if you'd like to be part of that community, hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. You the best, Tony. Thank you so much. Wow, that was cool. April 15th is tax day. All right, you got to give people a couple of weeks between the end of the financial year and their tax time. I guess that's true. Thanks, Joe. Great chat, everyone. Very cool, Joe. I was in Australia. I would come and watch. Yeah, man. Everyone's doing the Seers. All right. Here's the deal. When Pete leaves, everybody leaves. All right. But ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching Good Morning Stackers. Wow, that was a high one. Whew. Got to do my vocal warm-ups for tomorrow. For the end of the week and the end of the month. I think it's going to be, no, Monday will be the last day of the month. Yes, it will. So Silver Squeeze Day on Monday. Join me for that and have an amazing weekend. Of course, we dance it out at the end of the show. And you grab your tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together for the last part of the show. 200 people watching right now, I think. Here we go. Grab your tasty beverages because, ladies and gentlemen, this has been...
Good morning, Stacker.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stacker.
It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronize.
3, 2, 1, go.
Now we're on the move.
Good show, good week, good time. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you next week. Bye.